Welcome back, whiskey fans, and a happy December the 9th to you. Let's get straight into it and see what we've got. The Balvenie 14-year-old Caribbean cask. So I don't believe that this is a Balvenie expression that I've had before. I have had most of the age statement Balvenies, and I generally pretty like them, and I've had the peated Balvenie as well, but I've not had the 14-year-old Caribbean cask. From Caribbean cask, I would assume that's going to be a rum cask, probably a rum finish. Yeah, it smells quite spirity in a good way, and plenty sweet. So that is not something that I'd recognise as Balvenie, especially not immediately from the nose. Balvenie, for anyone that hasn't had it, is one of those distilleries that really relies on their really fresh sherry casks. And a lot of the standard Balvenie expressions, they have this huge explosion of really sweet, juicy, grape and sugary, syrupy, wonderfully sweet, fruity notes. And in this Balvenie Caribbean cask, it's almost as sweet as those standard sherry matured expressions are, but it's a completely different sweetness. It's actually reminding me more of, there was a 12-year-old Balvenie expression which was bourbon matured, so that was a bit of an unusual one because it was lacking that key part of the Balvenie signature. And I think it was presented at a slightly higher ABV as well, so that was quite nice, but you did feel that it was lacking something of the Balvenie DNA, and that's kind of how I feel about this one so far. So just like the normal Balvenie, the nose is enormously sweet and sugary, got lots of honey notes on there. It really is closer to a bourbon maturation than a traditional sherry Balvenie. Lots of sugary honey notes, but also something a little bit more tropical. So some notes of some sweet fresh pineapple juice and some orangey notes as well. Also lots of maltiness and some lovely sweet oak notes. So it's a very sweet and fruity nose, but I really must express that it's a very different fruitiness to what we're used to from Balvenie. Let's see how it tastes. That's actually surprisingly nice. So on the palate I'm getting lots of sweet and sugary honey and orange notes, and again some more of those tropical flavours. In particular, I'm getting something of those candied foam banana sweets that you get from sweet shops, some musty lemon notes, and some really nice well-matured malted barley notes. Something that is interesting on this one is on the palate, towards the late palate, I'm getting some rather Irish notes. So I'm talking about some very fruity notes, fruity spirit, but some more cereally, biscuity, shortbread, creamy butter biscuit type notes, which I think works really well. As for the finish, it's a very light finish, and it's rather fruity and malty, but fairly mild and a little bit short. Overall, I think this is a really nice variation on the standard Balvenie expressions, and a nice addition to the Balvenie range, and it's well worth giving it a try. If anything, I would say that I probably enjoy this one a little bit more than the 12-year-old bourbon matured Balvenie that I've had before, because they're both lacking something from the standard Balvenie house style, but I feel like this one with the rum cask has had that little bit of sweetness and a little bit more complexity added back in. So let me know in the comments what you think of the Balvenie 14-year-old Caribbean cask, and if you've had this and the standard Balvenies, let me know which one you prefer. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.